All right. Okay. I am struggling. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I have to make sure I use the right link too. All right, hang on. Let's see. Hold on. All right. I hope I'm on the right link. I've had so much trouble. Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think I see. Sorry I'm late. I was struggling setting up my device. I had that problem last time too, so bear with me. I had to change a few things. So just give me like a quick. I know I say this every time. I always think each time I'm going to be ready with the next one. And I'm also dealing with a cold. I might take off my glasses. Let's see. All right. Can you hear me okay? I'm going to switch to my iPad so I can see the comments, and I'm literally just going to jump in. Happy Friday. Just let me know if the audio is okay. I have a cold, so I don't I don't want to feel like I'm screaming. Hi, Kathleen. You see me looking down, I'm looking at my iPad. I almost canceled this live. Like, I'm not sure what's going on with my setup. All right. Hope you guys had a good week. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have my tea. I think it's just, I don't know. I live in Texas. The weather change. It's cold in the morning, warm in the afternoon, cold at night. So I'm literally going to step up. I'm going to turn off my fan. Hang on. Oh, all right. There we go. Hi, Lashika. Hi, everyone. I'm just trying to connect to my lab. So I'm going to be answering a bunch of questions. This is, I have a bunch of questions I said I was going to answer during the live that I've not been able to respond to. So, but if you have a question in the live, just put it in the comments. I'm trying to open up my iPad, but for some reason, today is the day where nothing is working, I guess. Oh my goodness. So that's what's wasting my time. I'm just trying to open my page. Oh, good boy. If you have a question, just put it in the chat, okay? I'm just trying to open my page that has all my questions. Hope you guys had a good week. Oh, God. Oh, that's why. Oh, yeah. I can't see your chats, the chat box or whatever it is. I'm just gonna go here so I can. All right, I think I'm finally in. All right. Hi. Okay. So in the description box, if you check, I added 2 more formulating resources. Oh, I'm so dark. Let's see. There we go. I added 2 more books that I found to be very helpful. Let me type it in here, but it's all from it's in the description box. So just if you look at it, it's actually 3 books. It's from Institute of Personal Care Science. I'm just going to type it in shorthand because it's Institute of Personal Care Science. I linked 3 of their books. One is a beginner cosmetic formulating book. I think it's about $60. I can't remember exactly. And then there's the second one. I actually got 2 of those books. One is the advanced formulating, and then one is um sorry, yeah. Then the other one is hair care formulating. I think each of those are about $115 each. Um, they are really big. The advanced cosmetic formulation one is about 700 and something pages. It's huge. I've barely touched the surface of that book. So let's do this. So if you're struggling, because I think that's a question I get every day pretty much, where do you start? I think if you look at everything you don't know, you're going to get overwhelmed. But they have that beginning formulating book, and I think it's very good. That the beginner one is about $60. So I would say start. And like I said, if you're new to, excuse me, if you're new to the live chat, I usually link everything in the description box. Everything I use, ebooks, my ebooks I sell, classes I offer, everything is there. So just check that, just to save time. I'm just going to jump into the questions. And like I said, if you have a question, just drop it in the chat. All right, so main question this week has been a lot of body butter questions. I'm not really sure what else I can add to my body butter. I feel like I don't know. I think I've said everything I can say, but I think what happens is when I do a YouTube short, sometimes I do, like most YouTube shorts, I try to keep it to a minute or less. So I don't show, so I'll just do like a YouTube short of maybe body butter making. It depends on how I edit it. Sometimes it really depends, honestly. But the YouTube short is not meant to be a tutorial. It's just a glimpse of a process. Because sometimes I'll get questions like, "Oh, you did not add a preservative. Oh, you did not put vitamin E. Oh, you did not add arrowroot." I'm like, I didn't know YouTube shorts were tutorials. But just in case, um, I have so many body butter. I have a playlist that is body butter. Just check that. I know a lot of people sometimes are new to my page, but I have everything. Playlist. Okay. Time for questions. More baby products. I really don't like to do baby products, honestly, because I think I've only done maybe one, like it was a shampoo, and there was just too much debate about that product. Yeah, I don't really, maybe in the future, but right now, I think if anything, it's just going to be just for just else, like, just normal acne, oily, sensitive skin types, and adult formulations. Yeah, I really don't want to venture into that, especially since I don't have if I'm going to make baby products, I have to really um send it for maybe have someone to test it, because at least at home I have my kids, I have people I can test the products I make at home. But yeah, maybe in the future, yeah, I just don't want that liability, like, oh, you said I could make this body balm for my baby's skin burned off, and then you're trying to sue me off of YouTube videos. So, but maybe in the future, for sure, it's something I am interested in, for sure, just not right now. Sorry, I'm going to be sipping on my tea because my throat is like killing me. All right, so that's that for body butter. So if you're making body butter products, I feel like, in as much as people share on YouTube and their process and everything, I think ultimately you're still responsible for uh, doing your research and stuff. So let's just say you watch a video and I don't put vitamin E. Doesn't mean you should still do your research. But anyways, everything, like I said, I have a body butter playlist in case you sent me that question. I do add vitamin E. I use vitamin E. I use vitamin E T50 for any oil-based product I make. Body butter, body oil, face oil, balms, any anhydrous product that doesn't contain water is going to contain vitamin E T50. Always, unless you watch my old YouTube videos from maybe 4 years ago, I was just using regular vitamin E. So, and I do not use a preservative in my body butter products. You can. I have a video on YouTube that talks about preservatives for your body butter products. So there's a lot of information I share. I think sometimes it's just finding it on there. So another question, I don't see anyone asking any other questions. So another question I got is, sorry. Shelf life again. Shelf life. Uh, if you type just my channel name and just put OC, just say OCE natural and type shelf like that, OCE natural shelf life, it's going to pull up my shelf life video, how to calculate it. I don't know. I used to give shelf life of the products I was making. Like whenever I do a video on YouTube, I'll do shelf life. But I stopped because if I make a body butter on YouTube and I say the shelf life is 12 months, and you make your own body butter and yours doesn't last 12 months, it's going to be like, oh, you're lying. The reason being that I might use my shea butter that I bought. Let's say I bought my shea butter and it has, like, my expiration dates are going to be different from yours. That's just what it is. There's no way you're going to have the same shelf life as mine. My oils are different. Like, I might use jojoba oil. Most of them, I guess, I have about the same. But the way I calculate my own shelf life is based on the expiration dates of each individual ingredient. And yet I go over it. I think I've gone over it so many times on, not so many times, but in every live chat I do, I always go over that. All right, so that's it. Shelf life, you can find that video. What else? I'm looking down because I'm reading the questions. I really can't, for some reason, I can't. I'm struggling to see. Uh, oh, someone asked if I store my body butter in the fridge. I do not. I keep my body butter products, the ones I sell. I also have some uh like little sample ones, and then I also keep some for personal use. But it's just stored like as it is. I don't need to put it in the fridge. When I used to ship body butter products during summer, when it's like 100, like this in Texas, it's very hot. um I would freeze the body butter overnight. Like if I knew I was shipping the next day, I would freeze it the day before. Then I would use, like, thermal mailers and stuff. But I don't want that hassle during the summer. Carly, thank you. Hi Esther, I hope you are well. I love watching your lives. You share so much and are very informative. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm informative. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining the live. Let's see. I got a question about infusions. Making oil infusions. Honestly, for me, okay, for if I'm doing an oil infusion and I'm just doing it for maybe personal use, like I'm just making it for my daughter, like my family, like my kids, myself, whatever. I honestly don't. I'm not so. what's the word? I'm not as precise because I just get you want to infuse your oils in a glass container. That's one thing. Airtight glass container. You want to make sure you're infusing your herbal products that are not fresh. I have seen several videos on TikTok about people infusing herbal infusions, rosemary. I think I've seen aloe vera, um, fresh. Listen, everybody has their own way of doing stuff. At the end of the day, I'm not the what is it, infusion police. So if you want to do your own that way, do it that way. But me, I personally, I just, if you're doing any type of oil infusion for your herbs, powder, anything that you're trying to infuse, use dry. Trust me, you're not going to worry about like contamination. There was somebody arguing in the tick as a hair business I follow, and she's a formulator. This person literally was arguing her down on her page, like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I do my aloe vera and it burns, the water burns off, okay, or evaporates, something like that. Do you, sis? But glass jar, clean, sanitized. Put your herbs in there, completely cover it with oil, seal your jar. There's someone, I actually have a video I was supposed to do. Actually was working on that, but like I said, honestly, uh, I couldn't. That was yesterday. So I have two ways I'm not trying to show how to do your infusions with actually, there's so many ways you can do it, actually, three at least. But that's just the gist of it. If you're not sure, just type Google how to do a herbal oil infusion. Trust me, there are many lovely articles about how to do it, but I'm just kind of sharing how I do mine. Always dry plants, herbs, dry powders, and then you can infuse for how long. I have herbs that have been infusing for 4 to 6 weeks, and the longer you leave your herbs, obviously, the more potent it's going to be. Let's see. Going back to my comments. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anyone's question. I got a question about a lotion. Can they use the lotion on their 1 year old? For me personally, when my kids were young, I only bought baby formulation. What is it? Baby products. But then a lot of these baby products are actually not even. I mean, I use Johnson and Johnson for my kids, and then eventually I found out like they were not really even that good. Honestly, not that I'm slamming them, but some of the ingredients, some of the products have fragrance. Like, why is a baby product having fragrance? So for the most part, for this particular formula, I think creamy cocoa butter lotion. I think if it doesn't have any essential oils, I think, like I said earlier, for the most part, I honestly prefer. Right now, I'm not formulating anything targeting kids, but if there's, I think if it's a simple product, like a simple body butter product that doesn't contain essential oils, it's just shea butter oil, simple oils. Like, I think you can use that for a young child. But with anything, you want to do a patch test, because there are people that don't like that their skin doesn't agree with shea butter. So I would never. I mean, you have to do what's best for your child. I cannot tell you, oh yeah, my product, use the lotion for your 1 year old. You have to look at the ingredients. That is your responsibility as a parent. I look at everything now, even more so, especially with some of these big brands. Um, you have to look at the ingredients. If you're not sure, Google, just type and see what this ingredient is about. Is it a cancer causing ingredient, or is it, just, yeah. So the short answer is I would say patch test, make sure that I honestly do not remember every formula I have on YouTube. I wish I did. So I would have to actually go in, find the formula, look at the ingredients, and then I think this is an older formula from that's probably on Patreon now. So just be careful with products for your kid, for your children, your little ones. Simplicity, no fragrances, no essential oils, especially when they're that little, and just keep it very simple. That's what I would say. I had someone asking me, can they use my kojic acid cream on the, I think it was a 2 or 3 year old. Why are you trying to use kojic acid cream moisturizer on the 2 year old? So Kathleen, what about natural fragrances? Natural fragrances, I mean, I use some natural fragrances in my formulations. I would say not all natural fragrances are made equal. So if you're going to use them, wherever you buy from, you need to look at the um depends on what you buy. I think there's like a quality and regulatory uh info page. Like if you buy from New Directions, depending on whoever you buy from, look at the data, like the sheet that has the breakdown of the fragrance to see what's in it. Because even though you say natural fragrance, all that it is they're just taking, it's almost like they're just taking different elements from like the natural, like let's say you have a lavender essential oil. So you have to see the components though, to be honest. So it's I use it, but I would say if you're marketing for a natural wholesale supplies plus, why am I not surprised? Wholesale supplies plus, my goodness. I would say there's only one natural, probably two that I really like. And I think the breakdown I saw, it was okay, but it's not, I would say if you're marketing as a natural based company, there's always that fine line because there's nothing, technically, the International Fragrance Association, I think I said that right. There's nothing that's considered a natural fragrance, if that makes sense. It's just, well, how do I say this? If you make a product to sell and your label, your label has to say fragrance. You can't put it as natural fragrance. If you look at Wholesale Supplies Plus and you look at the INCI name, the inky name, even if you buy a natural fragrance, it's still listed as fragrance under the INCI name. So they're still looking at it as fragrance. So the only thing would be to use essential oils if you want to list your product as natural, you know. But like I said, I like some natural fragrances, but when I use it in my body, but like I have a few body butter blends, um, and I have mixed essential oils with the natural fragrance, but on my ingredient label, it just says essential oil slash fragrance. I don't put natural fragrance because that's not the inky name. Yeah, unfortunately, Kathleen, but it doesn't mean it really depends, Kathleen. It depends on how you market to you. If you're selling, it depends on how you're marketing to your customers too. As long as you're transparent, I don't think it's an issue. But there's nothing really like a natural fragrance. That's what I'm trying to say. Essential oils are considered natural because you can extract the essential oil from lavender, from your roses. That's why like something like rose, like the essential oil, orange peel essential oil, lemongrass. You can, those are natural. But like the natural fragrance doesn't mean it's bad, but it's still considered a fragrance. You know what I mean? Hi Noreen, what is the best preservative suit all products? Kindly guide me. I don't think there's a best preservative. Have you watched any of my preservative videos? I've done several. It depends on your product. If you're making some preservatives can work out, I can list some of the ones I like to use, but I can't say that's the best preservative. It depends on your product you're making. If your product contains a lot of extracts, botanicals, you know, it's not a one size fits all. But one preservative that I found that I really like, even though it's not a natural preservative. But it has never failed me. It has never failed me. Is Euxil PE9010. The inky is trying to type on here. The inky is phenoxyethanol. I'm trying to type. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I hope I'm typing this right because I cannot. I hope I am. Hold on. I was right. I don't have my keyboard, so I'm typing. Okay, so that one, it's not natural, but that's what I would suggest. But I have a list of preservatives. Just check my preservative videos. I give several options, but if you're looking for one, this is one preservative I know that a lot of big brands use. It is very I don't know, foolproof for lack of a better word. There are other ones. I used to use I use Optifem, but I rather, if you can buy anyone that's available to you, I would buy the first one. But if looking for natural option, that is not a natural option. And just because a natural option is not always the best option, just FYI. I don't like Liquid Gemo Plus anymore. I really don't, but I'm going to list it. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling to type too. Okay, TriStar Eco. Okay. So I hope that helps. But yeah, I do have preservative videos, so you just check those. But that's what I would suggest. I would always suggest the Euxil PE9010. Everything I've sent, if you watched, I don't know how long you guys have been following my channel. When I first started my channel, I would only use I used to use Luicidal SF Complete. It was just too much work to get it to. I had a lot of success with it, but it was a lot of work. I sent my products for testing with that preservative, but I had to mix it with something else. On its own, it wasn't sufficient. You're welcome, Noreen. So I know there are people that do use Luicidal SF Complete and they don't, well, some of them don't send their products for testing. So it's not, it's not a bad preservative. It's just, it fails more often than not. I hope I didn't miss, I think I missed someone's question. I think Megan, I missed your question. Hi there. Hi, Megan. New to formulating, I'm just curious to know if you need to add vitamin E oil to emulsified body scrubs. I would. I like the way you put need in caps. If it's an emulsified body scrub that does not contain, if it's just oils, fats, sugar, yes. If it's an emulsified, like a foaming sugar scrub, so emulsified, just clarify, if it's emulsified that only has oils like butter and the sugar, yes, you definitely need the vitamin ET50 for sure because of the oils and fats. But if you're making a foaming sugar scrub, honestly, it's not a big deal because the foaming sugar scrub has water, it has other things, so it's not a big deal. I wouldn't, yeah. But for the emulsified sugar body scrubs that contain oils, fats, sugar, absolutely, yes, yes, yes. Hi, Mitch. Is there a website you recommend to buy bulk sample size jars and bottles while practicing? Right now, if you're practicing, I would always say look for, oh, you're so welcome, Megan. If you're practicing, I would stick with Amazon for the small, and I would say make the smallest. I can't remember what 1 ounce. 1 ounce is okay. Hold on, 2 ounces. I think is 60, about 60 ml, 60 grams. I think 2 ounces. Let's just approximating. So usually when I do my test batches, samples to test when I'm testing a formula, I do like 50 grams. So I would say if you're practicing testing, don't waste your good coins on those expensive suppliers. Just stick with Amazon. When you have perfected your formula, then but companies I haven't bought from wholesale supplies plus in a long time, but I used to shop from when I first started my business. I used to buy my jars, but then I switched to glass. I like container and packaging. I like container and packaging because you're not. But I'm thinking there are probably cheaper options. I don't know. I know people have found success on Alibaba. Um, that just requires a lot of work, man. I was trying to find someone, and then yeah, so you can. I know there are people that found a lot of people actually have found success on Alibaba. I personally haven't given the dedication to really look. But container and packaging, bulk. I don't know. I think bulk. I used to buy from them in the past. Who else? Oh my gosh, my brain. Bulk apothec. Who else? There's another company I used to buy my glass jars from. I think it's the bottle store. They had really nice. I don't have those now. They had really nice 1 ounce, but those were glass jars, so I don't know. But if you're practicing, perfecting your thing, don't waste a lot of money. Trust me. I've spent a lot of money just on. If you're not sure, like then I wouldn't be sure. I wasn't sure of certain products. I was like, oh, I like this. I like this packaging. I'm just going to buy it. And then when I perfected the formula, I'm like, man, dang, I should have. I really want to switch to something else. And then most times because I've already cleaned, sanitized, packaged the containers, I can't return them. So yeah, I always say start small. But Amazon is a very, very good resource. What else? J up syndrome. Hi. What preservative would I highly recommend for emulsified hair butter, please? The same one I said earlier on, Euxil PE 9010. Yeah, that's like my go-to. Why I like that preservative, it works both for water, soluble water, and I guess anhydrous products. So yeah, that one I typed it earlier on, Euxil PE 9010. And I also have other preservative videos as well. But that's my go-to. That would be my go-to one. Tried and tested. Optifen is not. Optifen is also a good option too. I'll type it there too. Optifen and hold on, let me think. I don't know if I've used Trace. I think I've used TriStat Eco. You can also look at TriStat Eco as well. But I would say Euxil PE 9010 or Optifen would be my go-to. You're welcome. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone because first of all, I'm struggling to see. Like I think everything that could go wrong today just went wrong. I don't know, it's because I have a headache. I'm struggling to see my screen. My lighting is awful. Let's see. Can I use an immersion blender in place of a homogenizer and still get good results? What are you making though? Are you making a cream, a lotion? Like I don't even use a homogenizer, honestly. The products I make, a immersion blender is fine for what I make, which are like lotions, creams, I guess emulsions pretty much. But I've never had, yeah, and I've never used an homogenizer. Some people do, but I've never. Immersion blender is more than sufficient if you're making a cream, to be honest. Yeah, I found the immersion blender. Yeah, if you're just making an emulsion, yeah. But if you want to get a homogenizer, I guess you can too. But the immersion blender is very sufficient. Just get a good quality one. See. Sarah said, where would you send products for testing? I have linked it in the description box. It's US based. It's a US company that I send. But that's just for microbial testing though. Microbial testing is different from the PET. I guess the preservative efficacy testing. Like if you're testing for microbial testing, is the one I linked in the description box is really for microbial testing. That one is just to ensure you have good manufacturing practice. The preservative efficacy one is much more intensive and much more expensive. I might have to try and link one or two. I have linked. I'll put a note to link it in the description box. I have it linked on my Patreon, but I'm trying to find my pen. Um, if you're looking for the preservative one, yeah, it's a different one. I have to find the link. And I'll either pin it in the comments of this live. But if you just want to send for microbial, I always say at the very minimum, send your products for microbial testing, because why that's good, the lab will tell you, like, so it seems, for me, it seemed overwhelming at first, but this is how I did mine, just to kind of give you an idea. So you're going to send, Angela, you're welcome. You're going to send your products if it contains water. Okay. You're not sending your body butter, you're not sending your oils or anhydrous products. So that's ruled out. But if your water-based products, any water-based product you're making, you're going to send to the lab. I'm trying to make sure I can see. So what I do, and the lab I linked, before I sent the product, I emailed. I said, hey, I have this many products I want to send. And on the page, I haven't sent anything recently because I've not been making all the stuff I sell. They're all oil based right now. But I know I reached out, and on their website, it gives you directions, like, you know, they recommend sending the sample in the packaging you plan on selling your products. You know what I mean? So like when I sent my sample for my moisturizer. Then I used to sell a face moisturizer. It was just too expensive to make, to be honest, but it was a good moisturizer. So they recommend sending the sample in your packaging, something similar to what you're going to sell it in. So I think one time I sent like four. I had like a face serum. I had two face serums, a moisturizer, and a facial wash, two facial washes. So how you do it is you send your sample. So this is what I do, what I did. You want to make sure that you're making that sample exactly how your good manufacturing practice is. So whatever process you have for good manufacturing practice, meaning you're making your products basically the same way. You have a system that's set up. Like for me, before I make anything, of course, you're going to wipe down, spray down your surfaces, all your tools, your jars, basically everything. So you're going to make the sample product the same way you would make your big batches, right? So when you send it, what's really cool is, once they test your product, they're able to see if there's any contamination. They basically check in for microbial contamination. So they'll check for like yeast, mold. There are different bacterial counts. So I get some messages sometimes. Someone tell me, "Oh, I made this lotion a year ago. It still looks okay." How do you know that? It looks okay, but is it really okay on the inside? You can't see bacterial contamination with the visible your eyes. But anyways, so just send it in the small. I can't remember what sample, but I think I got like, I think everything was like 1 ounce, 1 ounce jars, 1 ounce pump things to for the face wash serum. And then once you do, so I had one I sent that. I think I sent two different sample like batches. The first one was like a cleansing wash. That's when I used to use my natural preservative. So that one had like when they did it, the bacterial. I think there was a, oh gosh, the count was it. How was hard to explain this, but anyways, the quick gist of it is they kind of break it down into three categories, and your goal is to have your final report say ND, which is non-detected. Okay, that is the goal. So when you send anything to the lab, you want to see your report that says ND, 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 nothing detected in there. So when you see that, you know that okay, your good manufacturing is good, but that's just one aspect of it. Now, is your preservative really good? Like that's another thing. But either way, check the description box. Everything is there. It's such a process, honestly. It's a process for sure. But one recommendation they always told me was, you know, a lot of the natural preservatives tend to fail more than they pass. So I made the difficult decision to switch over to those, you know. Anyways, more questions. If anyone has any, these questions are good. I love the questions. I'm like trying to stay awake also. All right. Someone said, can I make a video for how to manage the expiration dates of products? I'm not really sure I understood that one. She said, make a video for how you can manage expiry dates of products. I don't know what that means. I think so. Anytime I buy when my ingredients come in, I always tag whatever product it is, anything that comes in, I put the receive date. So if I buy my shea butter, I order it. When it arrives, I put the receive. This is the day I received it. On this day, I log that in my spreadsheet, and I just know. So and then my oils, basically any ingredient, anything I have, I just put the receive date, so I know. And the manufacturer, whoever I bought from, will usually say, "Oh, it's good for example, I think I bought aloe vera times 200 powder, something like that." And I think when the supplier on their side, I think it said something like it's good for 3 years or something like that. Don't quote me. It's good for about 3 years if stored in an airtight container, something like that. So I put the receipt date. So when I'm formulating, I know, okay, hey, this is going to expire. If I bought it January of 2025, it's good till January of 2028 if I keep it in an airtight container, doesn't, something like that. But obviously it's going to be used up before then, you know what I mean? So just that's what helps me. I label everything that I receive, I put the dates so I can keep track. I put it in my spreadsheet. I also used to use I use I'm kind of late to updating my thing. It's on Inventora. Inventora is also very good. I think the problem is I got so used to using, it's more work though, the way I do mine. I really need to be committed to Inventora because I use an Excel spreadsheet. It's actually more tedious logging in when I buy my ingredients, updating the spreadsheet, putting the dates, my calculation. Yeah, Inventora is way easier to be honest. Um, but yeah, that's just what I do. Where can I find a plant-based silicone for body oil? Well, plant-based silicone for oil, like oil-based. I don't know what you mean. Plant-based silicone for body oil. So, like, do you mean like a natural alternative to silicones for your body oil, or? Is that what you mean? Like a natural alternative to, because you said plant-based silicone. I really don't know. I know of two, but I don't know if they are considered plant-based. I know they're considered a natural, is it a natural alternative to like the dimethicone, cyclomethicone? So I don't know if that's what you mean. Yeah, if you can clarify. So I guess that would be considered plant-based. Katie Thompson. So the only one I know, as far as like it's, I guess, considered plant-based from olives, I guess, would be NatraSeal and EcoSeal. I tend to use the NatraSeal one more often. I had both of them, but then when I was testing my products or doing my batch testing, I ended up using NatraSeal and I really liked it. I never bothered with the EcoSeal, so I can't speak on it, but that's also an alternative. You can find the first one on Lotion Crafter, and I believe you can find the second one on Formulator Sample Shop. If you can't, just do a Google search and it will show you the suppliers that carry it. I'm trying to type, yeah. Hi, AJ. Hi. Hello, I hope all is well. Yes, I have a cold, but I'm drinking my tea. Yeah, those two would be considered natural alternatives. The EcoSeal and NatraSeal, Katie. The EcoSeal and NatraSeal. Other than creating the original formulas, when do you recommend testing products? Well, if you plan on selling them, you want to test them. Like all the products I make on YouTube for DIYs, I don't test those because that would be expensive. It's just for personal use. So if you plan on selling to, if you plan, sorry guys, I'm like right in you guys' faces. If you plan on selling to the public, that's when you want to test your products. So oh, you're welcome. It may seem it's really a process, to be honest. Like when I was coming up with a facial moisturizer, I think it took me like 6 months to first I had to perfect the formula. I think I had like 8, 9, probably 10, at least 10 different batches. When I was satisfied with the batch, like the finished product, I tested it for like 30 to 60 days to make sure that the emulsion was stable. I tested it, put it in the freezer, put it outside in the heat. Like I did so much. When I now did that, I said, okay. And then I sent it to the lab. Sent it the first time to the lab, it wasn't 100%. I had to now redo the formula, change my preservative, then test it again. So it's such a process. So when people say, oh, you're promoting advertising your business, because most times, social media is how you get your products out there, because you to pay, ads are just, I don't really pay for ads. I used to pay for ads before, but it's so much work. People, I think people see the finished product sometimes. Even some products I shared on YouTube, some of those products are things I've tested and decided, oh, I don't want to sell this. I'll just share it on YouTube. But it's a lot. It's not just, making. And then I had a huge basket where I kept some of the samples, some of my. I had one that I just checked 2 years. I kept it to 2 years. I kept some sample to see. I said, oh, how does this finished product still look 2 years later? So yeah, it is a process for sure. But yeah, if you plan on selling any water-based product, definitely send it to the lab for sure. You guys are welcome. That's why we do the lives. Catch up, see how we can, do this formulating thing together. All right, so let's see. I got some really nice shout outs though. Well, kind like messages. So just let's see. What else? Which other question? Someone asked, can they use beef tallow in a lotion or cream? Yes, 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 you can. I love I love beef tallow so much right now. Like I know there are all these debates. Some people are like, "Oh, beef tallow is awful. It's a marketing gimmick." Yada yada yada. Just do your research and see if you like it. But I honestly have found it to be so helpful. I used it in like one of my dry areas on my scalp. I have this area that's always so like it flares up. Certain times it flares up worse. In certain periods, it's worse than other times. I have tried. I've seen a dermatologist. Sometimes it's I can manage it pretty well. The only thing that really worked for it was like natural products, like DIY stuff I was making. But I got tired. So I started buying store products, and I think that really irritated my scalp. But anyways, the quick gist of it is, I have been using beef tallow in that area. Oh my lord, is it's been good. It's been really really good. I have some formulations I'm working on with beef tallow. If you don't like beef tallow, you don't have to make the products. Leave it for those of us that like beef tallow. Yeah. I still have regular vegan plant options that I'll also be making, but um I have a hair butter that I'm working on with beef tallow. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with beef tallow. So please bear with me because you're gonna be tired of seeing beef beef tallow. Well, I'm not overboard, but I will. It's been so good for my skin. And I will be better prepared next time. I think because I just wasn't, I'm really not feeling good. I think everything, like, I feel like I can't even see my screen. I feel like I'm so dark on the screen. Kathleen said, yes, I'm interested. In the beef tallow? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I think if it's beef tallow, what is so crazy is uh, I think there's this, man, there's this company. I think I saw their video on TikTok and I went to their company. They actually are really good. They're huge, actually, in the beef tallow space. I think I cannot remember the name. If you go on TikTok and just type uh, tallow company, something like, I think they're going to be the first ones that pop up. So I was like, what the heck is beef tallow? Then I went online, I started researching. If you're going to use beef tallow, please buy quality beef tallow. I did not buy mine from Amazon. I mean, sorry, there's nothing wrong with Amazon, but I bought from Etsy. And I think the supplier I bought from sells on Amazon. So I think when I did my beef tallow video, I linked that particular supplier. If I don't quote me, but I got the one that was, oh my gosh, they didn't add any fragrance, they didn't add anything to it. It's just pure. And you'll see the breakdown. I think the way they explain it on Etsy. Um, so I'm trying to see my questions, but either way, any other questions? I think I'm gonna hop off soon because I'm tired. I was supposed to take my cold medicine, but then it's gonna make me sleepy. It's the nighttime. I'm ready to sleep. I'm ready to sleep. But I wanted to catch up. Last month I couldn't do it live. I was going to, but I had to cancel the live. And I was like, let me do my best today. Because I think in January I said I was going to hop on here every month. Every month. That was what I said. Will you leave live on your page? Do you mean would the video be here? Is that what you mean? Time with Bell. You said, Esther, will you leave this live on your page? Yeah, if you once it ends, it's going to be under like when you go on YouTube, you see videos, shorts. Yeah, it's going to be in the live section. Yeah, it automatically goes there. But I think what I've noticed is the live chat doesn't update for some time, for some hours, but it's going to be there. Don't worry, and you'll be able to see the chat as well. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for the support. I mean, it's not always easy. Um, I guess creating content or products, and I think is a lot harder than people realize. So sometimes when you see some of the comments, sometimes you're just like, "Ugh." So now what I do is if it's a very nasty, I just block. I don't have the energy to engage. I don't do wholesale J-up syndrome. Not at this time. I don't know if I want to. I think yeah, I don't know if I'm going to. I might later because I think I'm hoping to make some changes 2025. So I don't want to do wholesale just yet. But once I finalize the changes I want to make, um, yes, for sure, I would be excited to do that. But it's I'm moving in a slightly different direction. Um, in God willing, 2025. But yes, that's the goal. Just not right now. Megan said, extremely informative. Thank you for this live. I'm looking forward to your next. No, let me get through this one first, Megan. Please. Megan, I'm telling you, this evening I was just like, oh, if I cancel, it's just let me just. That's why I was late. Honestly, it's like everything was just nothing was said, like nothing was working, like nothing. So, well, yeah, I like to do the lives. I like to because I feel like right now I don't really know who my I guess my YouTube community is. Like I don't really because a lot of times when I post videos, the people that comment are not the people I see on the live chat. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I like to do the lives because I don't want to have that disconnect with the yeah. So that's what I'm hoping to do more lives for sure. Where did you get your shelves that are behind you? You're so nosy. I'm going to start blocking the stuff over here. Angela, stop looking at behind me. I'm trying to block everything. Um, these are from Target, but they are nicer shelves on they're Target. They're not bad. I've had these, I don't know. I don't know how long. I think they got all the way down. Maybe one day I'll do it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got all of them from Target. They're actually not bad. Very easy to assemble. I think it's the 5 shelf one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the 5 shelf one. Just type 5 shelf white cabinet. It will pop up. I think it's the popular one. Thank you, Katie. We appreciate all that you do. I know. See, this is what's confusing to me. When I do the live chats, you guys are so nice. You're like, "Hey, Esther, go, Esther, you're amazing." And then when I post the videos, it's crickets. I don't see any of you guys in the in the comments. Where are you guys? Let me look at your names and mark the register. So when I upload a video on Sunday, let's see, TP, Kathleen, Lashika. I need to see all of you in the comments. Like Mitch, like where are you guys? AJ. I think I've seen AJ a few times in the live, but I never see you in the comments. So you guys need to make sure you support me that way. When I do a video, like the video, make sure notifications and comment. You don't even have to say anything in the comments. Just put a heart emoji. That's all I need. Because it can be so discouraging. Like you do a video, then I'm like, who are these people in the comments? There are some people in the comments I know. I am familiar with them. They've been rocking for a while. But yeah, I need to see you all on the Sunday video. If I upload one, I'm going to upload one. Let's see. I think someone asked me a question. Time with Bell. Can you talk about avatar? Oh, did I delete that comment? Jesus, let me see. Okay, I thought I did. About advertising products. I don't think I'm the best one because I don't feel I'm really good at it, to be honest. It's very hard. I think what I'm learning is if you haven't started advertising, I would say start off advertising with yourself. Because for me, when I started my business, I was focusing more on the product, the aesthetics, like, oh, I'm going to show you my process for making the product step by step, marketing like that on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And the problem with that is when you don't show your face, there's that disconnect with your brand because if you think about even big brands, well, let's just say celebrities we know. Let's just say like Fenty, for example. They have their, we know it's Rihanna, but we know who Rihanna is. But remember, even when Fenty came out, she was front and center. She was demoing the body butter. She was demoing the face, everything. Even though she's famous, but she still had to come up front and say, "Hey, this is my brand. This is my product. This is amazing. Use it." That, I would say, that's what you should do. Yeah, and that's where I failed, because I think I started off more focused on, these are the ingredients. They're fantastic. Blah blah blah. People don't care about all that half the time. People want to see it in real time. Like, oh, okay, you're applying your butter on this. You're using a face wash. How does it look on your skin? What is the results? My child told me the other day. I told him. I said, I told my son. I said, oh, maybe do a voiceover for me. I said, I'm going to give you a script. He's like, a script? People don't care about that. They just want to know what's the product, what is it going to do for me. And I said, oh, dang, that's so true. They don't need to know that the body butter has babasu oil, has shea nut oil. Yeah, they can find that on the website. How are you going to tie that in? So that's the one thing I'll say. Try to, as time will be, said, the human effect. I know Brianna for sure. Though I haven't seen you on YouTube, but yeah. Thank you for all your hard work and long time dedication. Yes, that's where I was like, where have I seen that name? Yeah, you did place an order. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I recently purchased 2 of your soaps, one being the sensitive skin and love it. Then leave a review, don't forget. Oh, thank you. She said, yeah, I do have, I'm the same way. I'm super, super, like, I don't remember my skin being this sensitive. I think probably after I had kids, like, the only time I touch my face is when I'm washing my face, putting lotion. Like, I don't even let anyone, I don't like people touching my face. I'm like, smack them, don't touch my face. But yeah, my skin, it gets so irritated. Oh, thank you so much. I think you did leave a review. Oh, even on your face. Oh wow. I'm always very careful on my face. Sweet Miss T. LOL, we just appreciate the videos. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Anyways, you guys have no more questions. I think I'm trying to answer. Let's see what else. I think what I'm going to try and do, well, let me not say try. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put it under the community, like the post. That's my goal every day. Maybe post something like a question and just answer it there, because there's just no way to keep up with the questions. It's impossible. Like, I get asked so many things. Somebody asked, what label size did I use? I made this product like almost a year ago. There's no way. I don't remember. There's just no way I remember what label I use. I'll have to go dig into I don't even keep track of the labels. Like, I've made so many labels that when I go on Canva, I use Canva to design my labels. I don't know. I just know, yeah, it's gonna be hard. But if you haven't used Canva, just save yourself some stress and just use Canva. I buy my labels. Right now I make everything myself. I don't know that I don't know. I'm okay making them myself, to be honest. The only thing I probably want to do is invest in a better printer. I have this HP laser printer that is a pain half the time. It's not bad, but if anything, I think I want to invest in one that has like more of the color. I'm not really into like the color labels. I like to keep my labels as just simple. What I've noticed, and that's what I've noticed with a lot of luxury brands, they don't do too much. They just keep it simple. When you order stuff from them, it just comes like Zara, for example. Zara is the most minimal brand. Um, like, if you order something from Zara, they put it in the brown eco-friendly box. They have like their tissue. It's just simple, and that's how I want my brand. Just simple, elegant, classy. That's what I'm hoping for. So, but either way, I need a new printer, but I can manage this one for now. Let's see. So I use Canva. If you asked, I I have a tutorial how I do design my labels. It's old. It's an old video, but it's still the same process. The only thing that's changed is my printer. And I buy my labels from online labels like 99% of the time. The quality is unmatched. I think the only thing I did not like from them was a craft paper. I think it was a craft paper for my lip balm tubes. They were always lifting. I didn't like that at all. Yeah, the laser is much cheaper because I bought my ink. Excuse me, not ink. I guess the cartridge or whatever. I want to say I bought it. Oh my gosh, it has to been at least a year. And I print a lot of. I print a lot. And the only reason I had to buy more cartridges was I had to print 2 books. I remember I said I linked 2 books in the description box for formulating. It's from Institute of Personal Care Science. So one book was like 700 and something pages. I think the other one was like 600 and something pages. So imagine I had to print that on my laser. So can imagine how much. But even at that, it was still cheaper for me to print it myself. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's everything. What else? I think I'm just going to answer maybe 2 or 3 more questions and I'm going to bounce. It's Friday. I want to go lay down. Let me see. Oh, if I think I say it every time. How do I say this? Formulas or recipes before May, sorry, before June of 2023. I don't know how else to share it, to say it. I'm updating my description box right now, to update the, because a lot of those formulas were removed. You guys, most of you know the story. My content was stolen. A lot of it was stolen. Blah blah blah. There's a video on it. So I removed a lot of videos. I removed a lot of formulas prior to June of 2023. So videos from formulas from 2021, 2022, they're all gone. So sometimes I'll get messages saying, "Oh, you said you had the recipe in the description box." Yeah, because I deleted everything. So I need to go back and edit all the description box and just explain, hey, do we can and it's there, but I think for some reason people just gloss over it. It says you can find the formula on my Patreon, but I guess they don't understand why. So I need to put the detail, like the formula was stolen, and now you can find it on Patreon. It's just it's just honestly right now, I'm sorry. It's just I have a lot going on. I honestly do not have the time to go back in over almost 300 videos to go back in, and I would have to manually copy paste on each. There's just no way. Somebody asked me to make the formulas, buy, like, just to be able to buy them individually on Patreon, but I'm okay with them not even, it's just what it is. Just, what I actually ended up doing, a lot of formulas, I ended up recreating similar formulas. So I have face washes, body washes that are made now with with the formula. So yeah, it's just too much. So either way, I'm hoping to finish updating the description box. So if the formula is not there, that's why, in case you're one of those that asked, because my formulas were stolen. My videos were embedded in their website. It was just a very painful experience, to be honest. And I just, yeah, so I removed all the formulas there. But formulas from June of 2023 to till now, they're all there. What else? I think that's it. I think what else? Somebody asked. I don't know how else I can help with preservatives. I think that still seems to be um a bit confusing for some, but that's really all I get almost every day. Do you need to put a preservative in the lotion? Yes. If you make any water-based product, yes, you need a preservative. Um, what preservative will work in a hair tonic? Any of the ones I've said listed. If it's a water-based obviously. The other ones I mentioned in the chat, Euxil PE 9010 Optifan, for the most part. Um, Yes, no, I understand that. Sweet Miss Tea. No, they asked what was the size of my label I made a deodorant video in those push-up tubes. So they said, what is the size of the label? They wanted to know the exact size because I've had people ask me, how do you design your labels? That's different. If somebody says, how do you design your labels? Obviously, I would say Canva. But if you ask me, what is the size? Like now, if you ask me, what is the size of my body butter label? I don't know. I have it in my book, like my label book. And then on my Canva app, all my labels are there. So when I don't memorize my labels. You know what I mean? I just go there, print it. Some of them are so yeah. They probably meant that, but they just said, what is the size of the label for the push-up tube? And I honestly cannot remember that. Yeah. Somebody asked, okay, one more. I don't know if anyone has used henna. I don't really know. Someone said they're a henna artist. So they leave the henna paste for 3 days at room temperature. What can I suggest as a good preservative? I don't know. I've never used henna paste. I've never used the henna paste. Sorry guys, I need to plug my device. I've never used the henna paste, so I don't know what that. But I don't think it's any different from if you're making anything with a water-based product, I guess. I would say look at any of the other preservatives. Mitch said, what are the titles of the formulating books? Everything is in the description box. I've updated everything. But they all are from Institute of Personal Care and Science. There are a lot of books, but in the two ones in the beginning of the video where I said, oh, I think there were three books. They are the top. So if you go to the description box, you see. I don't know if you can see the description box while the live is on. I don't know, but whenever the live ends, you should be able to see the. I think you can see it while the live is on. It's already there. Yeah. But there are Institute of Personal Care and Science. There are books from Swiftcraft Monkey blog. Um, yeah, there are a bunch of stuff. Oh, good. Yeah, I think you should because I just added those ones, the three extra books today. And honestly, if you have the money to invest in those books, it's well worth it. I mean, trust me, Institute is not paying me nothing. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about. I had a not so positive experience with them recently, but I'm not one to bash anybody. I still purchased two more books from them. So because I respect what they do, I like what they represent, and they do offer good quality information if you want to formulate hair skincare. Unfortunately, they've experienced what a lot of people that create online have. People are stealing their content, stealing their videos, marketing their courses as their own. So they're experiencing that. Unfortunately, the world is an awful place. I know even right now people are still stealing my content, but you have to make peace. And I just feel like people that do that, you may prosper for a while, but you cannot keep doing something you didn't work for. So I feel for them. So I still supported them that way. I bought two more books, and that makes my total. I think I bought four books, one, two, five books from them now. I think I don't remember, but I know I have the other ones I didn't print out. I was too lazy to print them out. But these ones I said no. I wanted to print. I got the advanced formulating one, and I got the hair care formulating one. Yeah, I really want to focus on hair care for myself because of, like I said, I'm trying to work on my hair. The year of when the hair grows to tail, what is it called? Waist length. I'm just joking. Anyways, I think that's all the questions I can answer. I'm a bit tired. I'm just double checking. I'm trying to see. Yeah, most of the questions I got, at least in the last 2 weeks, have been preservatives. When, which one should I add? I think that's everything. I think I got it. Oh, sorry, I think I missed it. Online, time will bell. I don't know. I rarely buy labels from Avery. Once in a while I'll buy, but I buy on Amazon. Um, yeah, most of the time I think early on when I first started um making my products, I didn't know. I thought Avery was that's all I knew ahead of. I didn't even know online labels until later. Avery also make good labels, but I think I would say online labels might be cheaper. I think what I like about online labels is you don't have to, they give you the option to buy small sizes. So if you're not sure that you're going to like the label or if the label will work for your product, just buy a few to test it. Then when you're sure, you can now buy that bulk option and it's way cheaper than anyone. But anyways, I think that's everything. I'll have the next live. If nobody has any other questions, I'll have the next slide. Oh, I think I just saw Kathleen said, I think I missed some of y'all's comments. I missed a bunch of questions, I think. Sorry, AJ. I think AJ asked, what do you think it's the best way to get customer feedback? Did you give samples? Oh, did you? Sorry, I missed your question. I'm having a hard time really looking at this screen. Oh my goodness. And now it's moved the question out the way. Y'all bear with me. Normally I use my laptop. I said I'm using my laptop for to read the questions I got. Then I'm using my iPad to see the live chat because I can't see it on here. Sorry, I think I missed AJ. Sorry, let me. Okay, there we go. AJ said, what do you think is the best way to get customer feedback? Did you give samples for potential customers to test? Not to potential customers because I didn't know who my potential customers were when I first started making products. Now, obviously, if I want to test something, yeah, but I don't even give my customers to test. I just test it. I have like I mean give a few to non-customers first because I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, you gave me this to test. It burned my face off." So I don't know, but I mean, if you have family, friends, or people that then I remember when I first started, I knew some people from church. I said, "Hey, can you test this body butter sample?" I gave my neighbors, I gave friends. I said, "Hey, can you just test this?" And the way I did it, I said, "You don't even have to text me, call me. Don't send me nothing." I gave them I said, "You're going to receive an email. I think in 2 weeks. It's a what do you call it? Is a I don't know, a feedback form. I can't remember the company I used. And they sent it they sent it to them and then they now reviewed it and then they sent it to me. The company sent me so I could see the reviews. Oh, is it too oily? Is the scent overpowering? I had different questions I asked them. Would you recommend this product? Um, Yada yada yada. So once I got that feedback, I could kind of tweak certain things. One person said they preferred unscented and it's too strong, things like that. But I never give potential customers. So I can barely get feedback from people that buy. I have had people that have bought, I have one customer that has bought the same soap and body butter for the last 3 years, over and over and over and over. They have never left a review. So I'm like, is the product good then? But I am bad that way. I rarely leave reviews. I will like it takes a lot for me to leave a review. Like I've shopped at Wholesale Supplies Plus for years. I've shopped at Lotion Crafter for years. I don't think I've ever left them a review. Their customer service is fantastic. Formulator Sample Shop. I think I finally left a review for Formulator Sample Shop finally. But so I don't take it personal. I like to get the review, but hey, okay. I think that hopefully that answers your question. Otherwise, I'm tired, guys. I want to go rest. I think I got everyone's question. Hopefully, I think I got everyone because I know I missed if I think I missed a few before. But if I did, sorry. And thank you, Kathleen, for being a Patreon. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys in the next live. I think you guys have a. I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone. Yeah. Thank you, Sweet Miss T. Your name is so interesting, Sweet Miss T. Anytime I see your name, I think of this show that I watch. I don't know what to say, but the lady they call her T, Sweet Tea. Oh gosh, oh my gosh. So anytime I see your name, I'm thinking of the show. Anyways, thank you guys for supporting. If you even just liking the video, commenting, share the video, that helps a lot because these YouTube streets are not easy. They are not easy. So thank you. And we'll have the next live in April. It's my birthday month in April. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys. I'll be more organized for the next live chat. I was not organized today. I just a lot going on today. But you guys have a fantastic Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you in the next live. Thank you guys. Take care. Hopefully I can find where to end the live. But bye guys. Take care.